Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is your brother Chief Flying Eagle Ra Elohim. Man, let me tell y'all something, right? All my life, I've been a fighter. All my life, I've been standing for the weak, the less fortunate, people who are being bullied. All my life, you know what I'm saying? That's just been my nature, standing up for what's right, doing the righteous thing. And what's happening to our Haitian brothers and sisters, Ayiti, and we're just standing looking, even people are celebrating that. You feel me? Calling Haitians immigrants in their own ancestral lands. That's how disconnected our people are. And then you expect to rise. How are you going to rise when you're turning your backs on your brothers and sisters and allowing a colonial system, the real immigrants, the real foreigners, to disrespect our Haitian brothers and sisters in the United States, which is part of their ancestral land? You feel me? But I'm going to just get into this just a little bit, okay? Sometimes I feel like, I know I'm not alone, but it just feels like I am sometimes. You feel me? But here we go. Haiti, which is actually Haiti. You feel me? Haiti is a corporation. Haiti is a nation state, and that's not the organic de jure name of the island. It's Haiti. Haiti was before Dominican Republic. Haiti was before Saint Dominique. Okay? Haiti played a significant role in both the Haiti Revolution and the shaping American history. You hear that? Shaping American history, not Caribbean history, American history. The Haiti Revolution, a successful slave rebellion against French colonial, established Haiti as the second independent nation in the Americas. Now, I would like to rephrase that slave narrative and call it prisoners of war. You feel me? It also significantly impacted the United States, particularly in relation to slavery and the Louisiana Purchase. Furthermore, Haiti Americans have contributed to American culture and politics. The Haiti Revolution, prisoners of war rebellion, but they say slave rebellion. Haiti Revolution 1791 to 1804 was a unique and pivotal event in history, as it was the largest and most successful prisoner of war rebellion in the Americas, the largest and the most successful in the Americas. Well, hold up. I thought Haitians was immigrants in the Americas. How is that they're getting credit for having the most successful rebellion in the Americas? The United States is not America, people. Establishment of independence. It resulted in the end of the French colonial rule in Saint Dominique, all right, which they call now Haiti, the corporation, but before it was called Saint Dominique, it was Haiti, all right? The creation of the first free indigenous republic in the world, because the army was called Army Indigène, the indigenous army. You feel me? Haitian people are indigenous to the Americas. Arawaks, Taino, Caribs, they are Americans. They are also the Olmecs and the Incas, because those people are the same people. Inspiration for abolition. The success of the Haiti Revolution inspired abolitionist movements in the United States and elsewhere, while also threatening slave owners. Impact on slavery in the U.S. It led to what? The abolition of the importation of enslaved Africans into the United States and influenced debates about slavery. Yes, my brothers and sisters from Ayiti did that for the United States. Although those slaves were not Africans, they were coming from different parts of the Americas. But the Ayiti Empire, you feel me, put all that in motion and put a stop to that. You dig? Material support for abolition. Haiti provided material support for international abolitionist cause. They were giving citizenship to basically people around the world, including the United States, that was facing slavery and being prisoners of war. You dig? The Haiti Revolution weakened the French power in the Americas and ultimately contributed to France's decision to sell the Louisiana Territory to the United States. You dig? Now, I'm going to go and just kind of reiterate a little bit of that information once more from a different perspective, but kind of like the same, you know what I mean? But just go a little more and give you some more information. Ayiti, like I said, it played a significant role, which is often overlooked in the independence of the United States, while not directly, right? But it direct participants in the American Revolutionary War. Haiti's revolution and its impact on the French colonial policy indirectly aided the fledgling United States. Specifically, the Haiti Revolution forced Napoleon to abandon his colonial ambitions in North America. Yes, in North America, because Haiti is in North America, leading to the Louisiana Purchase, a pivotal event in United States history. Haiti, as France's wealthiest colony, provided substantial financial resources to France, enabling them to support the American Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. Continental Army. Haiti was the leader and the head of the Continental Army. I'm talking about the entire American continent. You feel me? Strategic military base was in Haiti. The French forces stationed in Haiti were crucial in naval battles that disrupted British supply lines, indirectly assisting what the American war effort. But yet still, we have Donald Trump and the corporation, these real foreigners, the real immigrants, disrespecting our Haiti brothers and sisters, and none of us standing up and making noise for them. But I've been talking about that for years now. Go look at my receipts on YouTube. I've always stood for our Haiti brothers and sisters. That's how disconnected our people are. And we have people who call themselves black and FBAs and all these different type of names, calling Haitians and people from Haiti, calling them immigrants in their own lands. But yet still you claim to be descendants from Africa and slaves from Africa when people from Haiti are indigenous to this land. And we're not standing against the brutality of our brothers and sisters who are actually indigenous. How do we expect to rise as a people? Do you think our ancestors are pleased with what we are doing today? No, they are not. They are not. That's why I tell people I'm cut from a different cloth. You feel me? I'm like the rest that's on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. They're not like me. They don't have the caliber of integrity and loyalty that I have for my people and love I have for my people. They're too selfish. They're thinking about self. And they know themselves. They know themselves. They got the platforms, but they're not doing what they're supposed to. It's always the same rhetoric. We know we American Indians. What's next? Because they're always looking out for themselves, building their empires, while our people continue to get divided by a colonial system. But you know, like I said, I'm going to continue to stand and fight for what's right. That's all I got to say, man. So Ayiti, stand up. You're not illegal in the United States. The United States is actually unlawful on our land. But they're trying to make you think you're illegal. Nobody from the Caribbean is illegal on their ancestral land. The only problem is y'all keep talking about y'all from Africa, just like my brothers and sisters in the United States who think, not all of them, who think they came from Africa. It's a game that was played on all of us. Nobody from the Caribbean is illegal in the United States. The only reason why you're illegal is because you're calling yourself those names, those nation state names, which are actually corporations. So this corporation, you are actually illegal in that corporation, but you're not illegal on the organic land. That's why I tell people, I know what to do, and I'll keep saying it, but I can't do it alone.